up for another reason, but I'm set up on YouTube. So when people go to the Facebook page today, they will they get the YouTube link, and then they've been following us kind of on YouTube. So we get people live on YouTube, and then I take the YouTube link like a few minutes after we're done.
Okay.
And I post it on the Facebook group. So everybody's still engaging. There we go. Everybody's still engaging in a part of everything. It's just they have to take one more step and send themselves over to YouTube. But they're finding it, even the technologically not quite sound ones.
Yeah, I found you earlier today, so the recorded version.
Oh, good. You found us on YouTube earlier? Perfect.
Yep, I sure did.
So how are you doing?
I am very good. How are you?
Good. Are you having a good day?
I am having a fantastic day. I had a couple of clients this morning, and then I listened to your broadcast, and it's been a really good day. I mean, like the new year, everybody's ready for new beginnings.
Mm-hmm. Now, why were you excited about coming on and sharing the kind of things that you're into, that you dig?
I love what I do for a living. I absolutely love it. I sold furniture for 23 years. I knew I wanted to get out of furniture. I just knew that it was drying up and something new was starting. And I thought I was going to have a different job. And my minister pulled me aside and he said, no, you are going to be a healer for God. And
oh my God.
And I walked out and I'm like, wow, where'd you get that from? And laughed so hard all the way home. I went to see my body talk practitioner and she said, oh, Deb, you didn't get that job. You're going to be a healer. And I'm like, you and my minister, do you know my minister?
Uh-huh. Why do you think they said that? Why do you think they were so sure that you were going to be a healer?
They had intuition, boy. They knew they had the gift of prophecy and they knew. And
did you have any idea? Did you have any idea you were going to be a healer?
I've always had the desire to lay hands on people. So I had that as a young child. When I was 5, I know somebody came to me and said I was going to do outstanding things. And through my life, I'm like, I'm not doing anything outstanding.
Yeah, I'm going to pause you I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt you, but when I watch you, your box is completely black on the YouTube. Can you get any more light or get where there isn't light behind you?
No, let's just shut these. How about that? Is that better?
No, actually, you're kind of frozen right now.
It froze. Just wondering if I got frozen.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
We've got 5 women here hanging out with us today. They're excited about a group healing. Oh, it's still not great. You disappeared. There you are. Perfect. Good. I think you're set. We can see you and it's plenty of light. So that's good. Awesome. So you're going to do a group energy healing with us today, right? Of some sort?
I am.
What? How did okay, so your minister told you were going to be a healer and your body talk teacher told you that you were going to be a healer. Did you believe them?
Not at first, no. I actually, I was moving. I was changing towns. I was moving back to my hometown and I found out I didn't get the job I wanted. And I found out my house sold in the same day. And I made a lot of money selling furniture. And I'm like, what have I just done? Oh my gosh.
So you were really kind of comfortable and then you decided you needed to make a shift. And then you're like, this is a lot more unstable.
Right. And, I my faith is strong and I'm like, what are you doing? And I came home and I opened my email and I had the link to Body Talk on there. And this peace came over me and the rest is history. Just went to my first class. Working in the furniture industry, it's straight commission, so you have a lot of backstabbing. And
how long ago did you get out of that?
5 years ago.
So not that long ago. It's still pretty fresh in your mind.
It was 23 years in furniture. And that working straight commission, it wears at your gut and a few other things. And I knew that I had 10 years left and I could have retired. This job, I never want to retire. I plan on doing this forever.
Mm-hmm.
If I heal somebody 5 minutes before I die, I'll be happy. So yeah, it's a great job. It's not even a job. It's just amazing.
How do you specifically help people heal? Like what drew you? What's your personality around it? How do you help people heal?
Okay, I'm Christian based. So I pray, I get all of my information from above. I usually don't remember the session afterwards because it's working through me.
So you almost do a little bit of channeling of a higher consciousness.
Yeah, completely. And I get downloaded all this information. I studied under body talk. And like we talked about yesterday, or you talked about yesterday, of not being able to fit in a box. And I work with other body talk practitioners, and I sometimes get jealous that they can stick to the protocol and they totally stick to it. I'm way off the board. I'm out of the box, and I can see inside the body. I can feel inside the body. So I feel everything you're feeling. I get into the organs or endocrines. I can smell them. I can taste them. I can talk to them. They tell me what their gripe is in the world and who they want help from. So then I ask which organ and endocrine they want help from, or which body part and what's caused it. And I just go to work. And so, if I get a little lost, I'll go back to the chart and the body talk chart. But typically I just like crawling into somebody's body and talking to the organs.
No, I get it, because that's what I do when I do my healing work. Is I connect in with someone. I consider it like plugging into them. Mm-hmm. And I plug into them and I follow where the body tells me to go by paying attention to myself, by feeling myself and noticing what's going on in me. I'm able to sort of navigate what's going on with them and give them the support that they need the way that they need it. It's like a sixth sense.
It is.
It's the ability to be more sensitive to the subtle energies around people.
And so I totally starts even before they show up. I'll start like having a cough or something, and I'm like, why am I coughing? And the customer walks in or the client walks in and they're coughing, and I'm like, oh, I already started. I'm already picking up on you. So
part of what made you great at furniture selling was when someone would come in, you'd know what they'd want. You had really great intuition around it.
And I came from a long line of psychics. My family, that's in ancient days, that's how they made all their money, was they were all psychics. So it's inherited down, and it's really just honing it and opening up. I didn't know I had all these skills. I knew that when I shook people's hands, I could see exactly what they were going to buy. And a lot of times I didn't even pay attention to it till I got into the counter, and I'm like, that's weird. Mm-hmm. And it's opening up and listening to it. And we all have it to some degree, and it's just honing it a little bit better.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So when did you first notice that you had some of these gifts and skills? Before the furniture selling, was it stories being handed down in your family? Like, Jenny comes on and she works with me quite a bit. And it was handed down through her family. Her dad was psychic. Mm-hmm. And so she knew that she had some experience, that something might be passed down. But did you have something like that? Did you hear stories? Did you wonder if you had these abilities?
I knew when somebody was going to die. I knew when accidents were going to happen. I remember my mother coming to visit me one time, and I knew that there was going to be an accident on the interstate in the direction she was headed. So I brought her. I said, "Are you ready to go?" And she goes, "Yep, I'm ready to go." So I brought her back in the house and talked to her for 5 more minutes. And I said, "Now you can go." And she called me when she got home, and she said, "Huge accident on the highway. If I'd have left when I thought I was going to, I'd have been in it." And I'm like, I know. That's why I pulled you back in. I knew when she was ready to go, and we would have said goodbye at that point, and I pulled her back in. Just for a few minutes. So yeah,
this must be so spooky for you.
No, it's comforting. It's trusting.
Mm-hmm.
It's trusting. It's when you don't listen to it. And trust me, there's been times I have not listened to it, and it's like, oh, I knew that I knew. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't speak up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and that's probably what's more irritating is when I don't listen to it.
I think we've all had that experience. So what will our group healing look like today?
Well, I don't know, because I don't know till I start.
Well, here you go.
Nothing beforehand.
Is there anything that any of the women who are watching, we've got about 7 of them with us today, and more will watch the replay. Is there anything that you'd like them to know?
I would say, let's let go of some stuff today. Let's let go of some unforgiveness. And we all have it, even though we think that we have forgiven everybody, everything. Let's go a little deeper to that onion today. Okay. And let's find out where it's residing. We've got some fear. I can feel fear in my chest right now. I'm thinking some stuff is settling on some people's back, and they need to get a stronger backbone for this next year. So okay. I think we should increase the backbone is what I'm getting. But maybe some fear of just standing in our truth.
Being authentic.
Being authentic selves.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're kind of focusing on backbone, being authentic, and some forgiveness.
Yeah, let's be brave in this next. Let's just be brave, let go of the past. Let's put some past in the past, forgive it. And I've written books on forgiveness. I love talking about forgiveness. I think I had depression for 40 years, and it's been gone. And then things have happened, and it's flooded back in, and it's like, no. Who do I need to forgive?
So what sort of things should everybody be looking for? You know, as we're doing this healing, what should they be paying attention to or noticing in their body, their thoughts, their breathing changing?
I would just take nice, relaxing breaths, find a nice, comfortable position, and let me do all the work.
Okay. But they shouldn't pay attention or notice if anything changes, or what can they expect?
There's usually, you feel a huge shift when I'm done. And I'll talk all the way through it as I'm doing it, so you'll know where I'm at and what I'm doing. Okay. But most people, when they come in, they're like, I don't know how you do it, but I feel completely different.
Okay, so everybody, are you ready? Get yourself into a comfy spot. I've got my lights going, which is awesome. I'm comfortable in my chair. I'm in a good Zen spot. If you want, take a couple deep breaths. You know what? Let's together, before we even start, let's just haven once to get ourselves in a good space. And then we'll let Deb begin, and we'll see what kind of magic happens. And if you get insights or understandings or shifts, or you notice things or visuals come to you or anything, just put it in the chat. And if you don't put it in this chat on YouTube, put it on the chat when I move the link over to Facebook, because this stuff is really fun and magical. And like last night, I had a group that I was working with, and peacocks kept coming up among everybody, you know, and there was a peacock drawing and a dream about a peacock and a peacock on a roof and, you know, the peacock in the movies. So what you say and what you share is going to trigger other people. And it'll kind of be like a mass consciousness, you know, us all coming together. We're connecting in as like a tribe, like a village, like a community, which means that we can hear and feel other people, and they can hear and feel us. Okay. So even if you think you're just kind of anonymous, you're contributing to something bigger. And so make sure that you engage. And remember, the people who engage the most today, we've got some great prizes. Oh my God, Jenny's going to do a 30-minute reading, and Renee's going to do on a 30-minute thing on getting your power word. And we're doing something else. I'll have to check. But we've got some great prizes.
I'll be giving away a free session too, a one-on-one session.
Oh, fabulous.
Absolutely.
So engage, share things as we go through, be a part of the community. Okay, I'm ready. I did my spiel. You're ready? All right, let's go.
Oh, when we're going to do that?
Oh, Haven. That's right. Thanks. Okay, we're going to Haven together. Ready, everybody? Okay. 1, 2, 3, and do this. Don't blow it off. 4, 5, 6, 7. It'll get you in a good space. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, Deb, just so you know, your video's been frozen for a while, but we hear you just fine without any problems.
Let's keep going then.
Okay, so we'll just keep going.
Okay, the first thing I feel is I'm feeling just all of these tears that are stuck in the jaw and laying on the chest. And it feels really weighted on the chest for me. So we're going to clear that. And we're going to get some help from the adrenals. Adrenals are kind of one of my favorite things of getting the energy flowing. And we're going to open up the heart chakra. And I think a lot of people are afraid of opening their heart chakra because they've been hurt so badly. So that heart chakra's got to get back open again. So take some nice deep breaths. Nice deep breaths. And I'm going to pull. I'm going to get into the jaw and start. And it's not even like the back part of the jaw. It's in the front. And it's just holding a lot of words that didn't come out clearly, or if you are trying to talk to maybe like a narcissist or a person like that, they just don't come out very clearly and you're not getting heard. I'll take some nice deep breaths and I'm just going to really pull and hold on to some of that emotions and pulling into that adrenals. I want to talk to the adrenals for a minute here and see what they have to say. A lot of people aren't eating healthy. Fruits, they're craving fruit. So keep that in mind for later to get some fruit in. And I feel worry. 98% of what happens that we worry about never happens. So we need to drop some of that worry. And the worry is just, like I said, it's just laying on the chest so heavy. And back into the adrenals. Right adrenal, ready. And the left adrenal is not ready. Nice deep breaths. Let's get that left adrenal ready. Up to the top of the head, out through the ears. Up to the top of the head, down through the throat. Up to the top of the head, down through the chest, and up to the top of the head, and down through that left adrenal. There we go, got that. And that's me, just clean that out. It looks really kind of yellow. And some of you, your urine's been smelling really bad. And it might smell a little bad after this session because we're pulling a lot of the poisons in your body down to the bladder system. Oh, and as I'm pulling on that adrenal, it's actually coming all the way up to the chest. I can feel it coming from the chest and almost to the left arm and pulling out of the left arm. And I'm just going to keep pulling. It's kind of like a string of just emotions coming, and I'm just going to keep pulling. And going back to that chest until up to the shoulder, and now it's going back into the chest. And I got to see what's at the end of this rope here. And it's gunky and stinky, and it's worry. And I'm sure it's worried about COVID, it's worried about elections, it's worrying about finances, and everything is right with the world. You are fine. Most of us are fully fed. We have a roof over our head, and we are completely fine. And it's just senseless to worry about the future before it's ever happened, unless you have some intuition to help somebody. So I'm kind of like dumping this all out because it's all like laying at my feet. So I'm dumping it all out my window. Okay. Another nice deep breath. Getting back up to the shoulders. The weight of the world is on the shoulders of some of these people. A lot of this is hereditary sin that is sitting on their shoulders. Hereditary worry, hereditary that their family worried, so now they worried. So this will probably help the people from your lineage backwards and forwards today, because we're working on something that is going through the bloodline. Nice deep breaths, because it's going to take me some work to get this off. Like I said, I'm Christian based, so power in the Holy Spirit, we're asking this to be released. We thank you for coming. We thank you for showing us. And we send you light and love. And we send you away. And some of you might be able to feel this all the way down through your spine and to your hips. And I'm going to pull that off, and it's really hanging onto the hips. So take some nice deep breaths. And I'm holding onto your hips, and I'm going to kind of shake that loose a little bit. And then we're going to get into those hip flexors. And okay, that's ready to release. Nice deep breaths. Nice deep breaths. Keep breathing, nice deep breaths. And for all the hardships that we've gone through in life, we called them to us. It's an experience that we needed to have, and we can either use it to become better, or we can use it to become bitter. Everything is a reflection of us. So when we forgive our abusers, it reflects back on us. Biblically, we always pray for your enemies. And it was like a month ago, I realized if everything's a reflection of us, and we are sitting here and bitching and complaining about our enemies, that he did this and she did that, it all reflects back on us. So we're actually reflecting all that garbage back on us that we're sending to somebody else. So if we send them light and love, that reflects back on us, and we have a happier, joyful life. So that's what we want to do. Is for the people that have hurt us right now, we're just going to send them all light and love. For all the people that has caused us anguish and grief, and because we want that beautiful reflection back. So if life is just a bunch of mirrors and everybody you run into is a bunch of mirrors, we want to make sure that all those aspects of ourselves that we run into, that we love all aspects of ourselves. And we're sending light and love to all of our parts and beings. So, and this is setting on the bottom part of our spine and hips. So nice deep breaths. There's just a lot of emotions get stored in the hips. So let's get those hips cleaned out. And I feel massive tears. Matter of fact, I think I could just like cry right now. Massive tears of all the pain. Let's all go. Let it all go. I take nice deep breaths and let me just pull it all off of you. Let me do the work. Let it go. Just make the choice to let it go. Those people hurt you. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. But you're keeping yourself in a box. You're keeping yourself caged by hating them. And you're hating part of yourself by hating them. Oh, people had some good shifts there. Woo! Woo! Okay. I'm gonna get into each little vertebrae going down here and cleansing and making sure that spine. Some people's spines are really gonna feel good today. And after we're done, I'm gonna suggest that maybe you do some downward dogs or something just to make sure we get the last of it out. If anybody knows yoga, at least touch your toes. Okay, down to the sacral and coccyx. Nice deep breaths, because we got to let this go today. You do not want to take this into the future. And I know forgiveness is so hard. I know it's hard. But you make that choice to forgive, and it's like the sun shines on you. Really take some really nice deep breaths. Cleaning off that tailbone. Just spend some time there. And once again, I'm feeling tears come. And don't hold them back. If you're one of them that is sitting there and having tears come to your chest, let them out. Make a sound. That's washing, that's cleansing. I'll help you pull it off. Somebody's husband is not being nice to them. You know who you are. As hard as it is, and you might have to do it through gritted teeth at first, but send your husband light and love. Find the good things that he's done for you and focus on that, because what we focus on happens in our life. Whatever we look towards happens. So if you're concentrating on all the nasty things he's done to you, that you'll just get more of it. You have a right to be sorrowful and a right to be angry, but it's not serving you. So if you don't choose on leaving your husband, choose on sending him light and love. So you see the good parts of him. And it will take some time, but it will fall away. And if you listen to the vibrational music we listened to last night, listen to more of that to help cleanse that off. Love that music. It's so healing. Just stick with this week, and if there's a shift in you, sweetie, there'll be a shift in your husband. Now that weight seems to be off the chest. Got to go into the neck. Got to see what's going on in the neck. I'm going to pull that off, whatever it is. I don't need to know what it is, but I'm going to pull it off. And it's like it's a pipe going all the way down through the spine. So it's stopping people from being mobile. So you might feel a lot of stiffness leaving. Yeah, that's all coming off. And down through the hips, it's connected to the hips, and we're going to take that all off. Oh, and I feel like throwing up. So you're releasing a lot. That's the toxins leaving. So if you feel like throwing up today, it's just toxins leaving you. You don't have COVID. You're fine. You just let it release. I like to say that everybody feels fantastic when they leave me, but sometimes it's a process that you got to vomit it out. Or get diarrhea or something. Okay, now I see nice flow down that spine, from the brain down the spine. So just want to look inside the brain, and I want to create some bridges here. So we're going to create some bridges from the left brain to the right brain, because a lot of you are really foggy. So I'm going to pull some of that fog out of your brain. Nice deep breath and let that fog go. Some of you just are not thinking real clearly, or not coming up with the right words. You might have had COVID. That's one of the signs of COVID. After signs, so we're going to clean that out, and we're just going to let some of that pull out. That frontal lobe is pretty gunked up, so we're going to clean that out too. And you are welcome. I don't know who just said thank you to me, but you're very, very welcome. I send you hugs too. Okay. Ears. neck is much more, yeah, the spines are much more mobile. I mean, yeah, we're getting a stronger spine, but it still needs to be flexible. So being flexible in life and letting people be who they are. And people are getting on our last nerve. They're irritating us. So we have to just let people be who they are. And send them light and love. I know when I'm on my game is when somebody opens up the can of whoop ass on me and I'm like, oh, that's not mine. And when it goes in, it's like, oh, yeah, that's mine. That's mine. Now I got something to deal with. But there's been people that have told me off and I'm like, oh, honey, do you need a hug? That's not mine. That's yours. So it's owning what's ours and letting them have their moment and what's theirs. Okay. Seeing lots of stuff just pile up around me. Nice deep breaths. I'm going to tap you out. I don't remember what that's called, but let's do that arm thing.
What are we doing?
Your arm thing. What is that called?
Oh, havening. Sure. Let's do havening together then.
Sure.
Everybody ready? And do it. Follow along. It'll make you feel good. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good.
There's just a little bit more in the bottom of the heart that I want to clean out, just some puff balls down there. And I want to clean that out because there's some, just opening that heart chakra is hard, isn't it? Sometimes it's like feeling like we have to put our hand on a hot stove again, but yeah, it's just letting life flow through. And then I always like getting to the back of the heart because there's just scabs back there. People hide so much back there from me. You know, for a long time, I just worked on the top of the heart, and then I started working on the back of the heart. So we're going to open up those scabs and clean those off for you today. And clean those off. Nice deep breath, and we're about finished here. I'm just going to do some cortices, and I'll just do it for you because I don't know if you guys know how. If you do know how to do cortices on yourself. And I love hitting that limbic brain. It's like putting the brain back together again. So nice deep breath. Yeah, your urine is going to smell really, really bad today, but that's good. Drink lots and lots of water today and flush that out. And then fruit came up, so make sure that you get some fruit in you. Some antioxidants. Okay. Does anybody feel a little different?
Well, I definitely feel more relaxed. And it was nice because as stuff could come up for me while listening to it, I could do my own tools, my own havening and my own TAT points and the things to kind of just add to the experience to get it off of my nervous system. Jenny says, wow, she could feel that it was amazing. Very cool.
Yay.
My hips and my lower back definitely feel better.
Oh, good. I mean, that's the main thing is we have to have a strong backbone. My thing in life that I had to overcome was people pleasing, and I had to get that backbone to stand up to people. And we need to be flexible with people. We need to be kind and respectful of people, but we do not have to be doormats.
You know, that happened for me. That real shift happened to me when I started to respect myself and what I needed. by doing things that helped me calm down, not waiting, not staying in the mad, not staying in the frustration, but saying, you know what, I'm frustrated, so I need to go do something that nourishes me and nurtures me. When I started to do that, when I started to, clean off that stress and trauma off of my system, that's where my courage and my confidence came from. It came from the fact that I wasn't feeling so stressed inside of myself, so it wasn't so hard, and I could think more clearly, and so I was able to say things. So even though, for everybody watching, even though it may feel like there are things that you could never, ever, ever, ever do because it's too scary or you're not good enough or whatever, there's this felt sense, this block. When you start cleaning these things up, like working with Deb or doing, the nervous system stuff that we do, you become more courageous and more confident because your body isn't getting in the way. It's not fighting you. Now your body's on your side. You're getting into alignment. You're getting in, everything's getting integrated. So it's working together, not just you trying to do what you want to do while your body's trying to go in the opposite direction. So courage definitely comes. All the things that Deb talked about today, they come as a side effect of doing this work. It's very, very cool. Dina says, I felt so many goosebumps along my left side, moving to my lower right leg. Thank you for helping me begin this journey. Absolutely.
Hey, I can't see where anybody's typing at, so I'll have to look for that.
Oh, yeah, I'm on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And underneath our live stream on the YouTube channel, on that link, people are putting in their comments.
Okay.
And then what I'll do is when we're done, I'll take that and I'll put the YouTube link on the Facebook page and people can comment underneath that too.
Okay.
So yes, it would be wonderful if you could go back to the YouTube link, and you'll be able to see it because I'll repost it on the Facebook page, and then get back to everybody because I think they're going to have some wonderful insights, some wonderful engagement about all of this. Things which came up for them, goosebumps and insights, because a lot of this stuff is almost like a domino effect. Sure, we did this today, but we won't necessarily notice the shifts and changes until a little bit later, until tonight or tomorrow or in a couple days. Maybe we'll feel something different, whether it's we're reacting differently or our body feels different or maybe lighter or maybe our digestion's better or our jaw isn't so tense, our back isn't so tight. So just pay attention over the next few days. Even though you may feel like it's subtle, it's getting the momentum. It's the ball rolling down the hill and picking up speed. So that's why we do this, because it's a gentle way to make changes, instead of acting them out in the real world and creating drama and heartache and problems, we can work it out instead. Our choice is to act it out or work it out. And when we work with Deb or with me or with Jenny or with Tina or any of the healers that we work with, you work it out. Whereas if you try to do it on your own out in the world through your relationships, your romances, your family life, your job, then you're acting it out and it's not going to go well. It's just going to keep looping around to the same behavior and be more and more traumatizing. So I'm super duper grateful, Deb, that you did this for us today. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. It was my pleasure. And then I'll be back on Saturday doing a guided meditation.
Ooh, that's perfect. So yeah,
we'll just be doing a lot of the breathing that we were doing, but I'll take you into different parts of the brain, the ears, the sinuses, and all the way through.
Oh, that's exciting.
Picking out, all those little boulders that we've created and get them picked out.
Good. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we hop off for the day?
Do some downward dogs, or at least touch your toes, because we would just want to make sure that we get the last of it out. Make sure you drink your water today. And yeah, for the person that felt a little nauseous, I hope that went. I hope that passes for you.
Perfect. Well, I was actually about 15 minutes before this Zoom call. So I find that super interesting.
Somebody out there that's not feeling good. So,
well, hopefully they're feeling better now. Let's see. So at 3:00, in 21 minutes, it's my sister and Rochelle, the interior designer. She's a lot of fun. And then my sister's a body talk practitioner, similar to Deb. So it'll be a really great conversation. So I hope everybody's able to show up for that. And awesome. Remember, the people who engage the most get the prizes today. So make sure that you share and post pictures and give insights and be part of a really loving community. Okay, cool. Thanks, Deb. I'm going to see you again soon then.
yes.
Have a great rest of your day. Okay. All right, everybody. I will see you momentarily. Glad you're here. Hang on. Dun, 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 dun. There we go.